Hello, and we welcome you to this edition of Guarding the Truth, brought to you by the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church and sponsored by the Standard Bearers Foundation. Guarding the Truth is documented by Strive Media and produced by Strictly G Entertainment. I serve as your host, and our voice of wisdom is the senior pastor of Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church, Pastor Michael W. Boston, Sr.
Pastor Boston, a question that really perplexes the world today is all sin viewed in the same light by God, or is there one sin that's greater than any other?
Is there one sin that's greater than another sin? The answer to that would have to be unequivocally no. Although many would probably like to say that, some sins have a lesser degree of punishment than maybe another sin, but because our God is holy, all sin is an assault against our holy God, whether it's done in public or whether it's done in private. I think sometimes people put the degrees of the sin being greater or lesser based on who it might impact or affect. So some people may think that if I engage in a secret sin, it's only a sin that I do alone, privately, and no one knows about it, then that sin is not such a great sin because it only involves me. But sin does not just involve the sinner. Sin, as again I said, is an assault against a holy God. In Matthew 5:21 and 30, it tells us that a brother in court for committing adultery can be likewise judged the same as a brother in court who has got angry with his brother. God's view of sin is the same. 3 quick points. God views sin the same because God does not see the sin when it's played out in an act. God sees the sin when it's birthed on the heart. So God sees all sin the same. Sin in the mind is a fruit of the same moral defect that produces the deed of sin. In other words, before the sin is acted out, it's a sin to God because it's in the mind. And then lastly, because hidden sin involves the compounding sin of hypocrisy, and those who sin secretly actually intensify their guilt, if you will, because they go through so many other things and trying to cover up what appears to be initially a lesser sin in their minds because it's something done in private. So, to answer your question, not in detail, but just in short, all sin is sin. There is no sin that carries a lesser assault against our holy God.
Guarding the Truth, brought to you by the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church and sponsored by the Standard Bearers Foundation. Visit us online for more information at cbfc.org. Or you can visit Pastor Boston at his other social media destinations. Facebook, Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church. On Twitter, Pastor_Boston, or on Blogspot, MikeWBostonSR.blogspot.com. That's it for this edition of Guarding the Truth, where we're guarding the truth until God comes.